All right, Aaron. All right, let's watch this. Let's watch the film.
Aren't going full comp here too. Rules just being upset across the board.
All right, so let's see what we got. We got Neon, Breach, Brim. The only difference is the Neon and Jet, and then they decided to go KO as opposed to.
And
yeah, I think people have realized finally. I think people have finally realized that yes, Viper is a good champion or agent, sorry, but Brimstone is very viable, like profoundly viable, and there's no point in running a Viper if you have a capable person who can play Brimstone, because he's a better champion agent. Sorry, he has a Molly for slow. Sorry, he has smokes that last a very long time, and they're like intentionally placed smokes. Like with the walls, sometimes like you can accidentally place walls that screw your team over. Because the enemy team can play off of it because it's for how much space it takes up, and then like your orb you have to keep picking up every time you leave, and sometimes you can't retrieve it due to like there's too much heat going on the gunfight. Like there's so many reasons why Viper is good, but there are many reasons why she's bad as well. And I like that people now realizing Brimstone is kind of meta. Yeah, I want to see what was the score line. Oh Lord. It wasn't even a close, dude. This wasn't even like they didn't even break double digits, bro. And they picked their map. Yeah, so Fracture, 100Thieves just runs them down. Let's see how they hold their Fracture. Off rip, so we got one going dish, two pinching A main, one holding arcade, and one holding B main. That's pretty simple. This guy right here isn't always going to go dish. Like sometimes he sits here. Sometimes he plays here with this guy. Sometimes you do like a flash and dash type play over here. So that fourth person is just your flex.
because
Really.
they know that guard aren't going to back.
I made this comment yesterday. I literally made this comment yesterday. I think what happened was, and this is my theory. Because look at this. Look. Exclude this Dark Zero because that was a month before LCQ. LCQ, they 2-1 Sentinels. On Breeze, they lose, but on Ascent, they win. On Icebox, they win overtime, right? Then they 2-0 Cloud9. On Fracture, they 13-9 them. Ascent, they 13-11 them. They don't go to split. Against FaZe Clan, on Haven, they 13-5 them on Haven. And 13-7 them on Icebox. 100Thieves, however, start their lower bracket run they start off against FaZe, and they lose the FaZe in Haven, which is weird, right? Then they go over here, they lose the Sentinels and Fracture, but they smoke them. Well, I say smoke. It's just because this half was pretty dominating. They beat them pretty bad, right, on Haven. So for off the rip, I was like, okay, maybe there's just matchups, right? They go here, dude. Close it out, Fracture. They go against FaZe Clan. Icebox. They win Icebox again. They don't even get to map 3, bro. They close these guys out so quick. So my theory is that the guard did not anticipate 100Thieves making it this far and playing them in the finals. That's what I think. Because the guard are super methodical and they have extreme measures like ironed out. And I feel like they didn't prep to play 100Thieves. And he just mentioned it, knowing that they're going to play. Like 100Thieves had to have some crazy foresight and worked up Icebox in the event that they play teams that aren't good at Icebox. I don't. It's just like
For Asuna to get a little bit of a peek and see if he can get on the line.
It's very interesting. This dude fell off dish. How long was he there? Let's see.
Push them back.
There for
Just
20
through holes, but already-
seconds. So it took them 20 seconds to hit. They're executing at the 1 minute mark. So it's just interesting that he falls off of that. I want to see exactly how they hit the site.
For the moment, stun. Push them
That's
back.
why Breach
Just
is so
through holes, but already
powerful.
a play being made.
Breach stunned this, and these dudes can't even walk out now.
See the dash onto the side, but nothing has been cleared.
Oh, you know what? That's a miss. That's a mishap on the guard right there. So what happens here is they dog, right? Them dogging kind of initiates the whole hit, which makes sense, right? Because now they can see who's what, who's where. But where things go south is the fact that this dog doesn't actually hit, and then they get breach stunned right off the rip because they don't know who's actually here. So them getting breach done stalls this push, and these dudes just turn around and beat up once they feel pressure, they just turn around and beat up on these guys because these guys aren't pushing anymore. And that's a good concept to like disengage and realize like when your util has done its job. They get stunned. These dudes overcommit right off the rip. So this stun comes through here. Let's pull out the yellow pencil. The stun comes through here, and it stops them from coming out into B main. Right? But this player is so far, like, they're so ready for the hit that she's already committing. They're already committing down. So there's just no way. Like, it just stunned all process. Like, they're just screwed now. Because she's already on the lip. Like, they've already given away the fact that they're rotating. And these dudes are already turned their player model. Like, they're already rotating over.
For the moment, stun.
See, she dashes on. But these guys haven't even moved yet. And they're pinging. Like, there's someone here. Right, because that was initially the hit that was going to happen. Flash, shoot.
Them back just through holes, but already a play being made. See the dash onto the side, but nothing has been cleared. Hard anchor positions being played.
Yeah, and now the crappy part about this whole thing, right? Now these dudes have to push up on the site with no help from up here, and the bomb's over here because of this singular stun. And because he hit the stun right on. Like I'm pretty sure he did a stun like this, and they were both standing here. So they're basically stunned for 3 or 4 seconds, and look how long the fight is. Watch the fight.
Wary of any kind of trademark. For the moment, stun.
Starts at 103. The fight starts so they get stunned at 104. She dashed on 103.
Just through holes, but already a play being made. See the dash onto the side.
Yeah. So in 5 seconds, the entire team's dead, and these guys haven't even made it past the threshold, which is like up here actually. So right off the rip, they switched to this. Must be like their core defensive stance. Like these 3 players is what they're banking off of their defense.
Again, a stun for forwards. No smoke from any play inside.
How does he not get cleared there?
Happen on Icebox. So far, 100 Thieves have been great at all portions of the half.
Wait. Why is there no util being used from Breach?
So far, 100 Thieves have been great at all portions of the half. Forwards, no smoke from any play inside. Please spray down from the west.
Why does everyone buy Frenzy first round? Is it worth? Yeah, it's actually really strong. I don't know how often you play with the Frenzy. I personally don't play with it that often, unless I'm playing like Reyna. But it's pretty dang strong. It's pretty overpowered. Because you can spray with it, which kind of gives you like RNGesus moments. This is going to be a huge win condition. This right here is... This type of positioning is really, really important. And people don't realize that. Like, oh, I got a cool new tool. Look at. So this positioning right here and this positioning right here is super important for the intel that you get from over here, question mark, and the intel you get from over here. Because you don't know what's over here. These areas are super, super contested. And if you have someone posted in these 2 spots, you can typically get a couple kills. Because not many people clear these angles. So
Still in range of his rendezvous.
why do I feel like he cleared this weird?
Real presence here could get some serious work done, and there you go. I shot the second one connecting.
That's me screaming. I would be screaming, bro. I would be screaming. Where are you? I got. Oh, I'd have been tilted. No, no, they got another kill and a dismiss. No, don't do it. That was dirty. He flashed through the canteen wall, which is this wall right here. Look, that was intentional. Like, you see how he looks into this corner? He waits for a second. You know he's screaming for a flash, which tells me one or two things. One, they've done this play before. They've allowed Asuna or a player to come here, which honestly isn't a bad idea. Like, if you stun this with Breach and like send someone oh wait, that could be a huge play. You send Neon or Jet or someone down here through arcade, get him to this box after a Breach stun here, have Breach run to canteen, have Breach flash this, have someone stand wide here. That's actually huge. But watch when he looks into the box. You see that moment? That moment where he stares into the box, like he completely stops moving.
But honestly, whichever way this finals of NA LCQ goes, whether it's a blowout for 100Thieves, yeah, people were clowning on them. But Nadeshot pulled the trigger on blowing. Oh, smoke just to expire.
Look. They said, clear this mess next time, bro. Clear this. Oh no, they conditioned them. It's round 4 and they're already making them double guess like their original takes, bro. Well, not double guess, but like they're already giving them variables that they have to be concerned about now, which is causing delays in times, which messes up timings. Like, you need to be thinking so well about your timing that if he throws his knife, he does hit the jet. Watch. If
these 100Thieves Biancas can hold on.
Like, you see where he messed his knife up, but he threw his knife wrong, and it is what it is. But like, they're not even there yet. Like, that is such a hard thing to do as a KO. It's a time when your knifing is supposed to happen, because like, you want to knife as they're hitting the site, not before they hit the site. And the reason why it's is because they're gonna util dump anyways. If you do it before, they're just going to wait. That's all they're going to do. Which, yeah, gives you time to rotate. But if you do it as they hit the site, once they get the site, they have nothing they can use to protect themselves, like, at all. They're just basically sitting ducks because they have no util, and that's how you retake. But that's what these two players would have done. But it's okay. They popped an ult here, or not ult? Yeah, there it is. Wait, no way 100Thieves win this. 3v4.
Rest of his team follows up. They're squeezing the remainders. Aftershock as well into the corner. Slow down the play, a bit of damage.
Oh no. Oh no, they have bomb here. There's an op holding.
Perfect. Great.
And he's not missing that shot. Yeah. It's too easy of a shot.
Got the operator angle locked down. It has to be a huge play, a miraculous one. Pushing forwards into the spawn, but Derek reads it. And a stick of the plant. Presto, no other options. Just the rifle, and he comes. The risk to push
Let's
the A-link and catch it.
Identify what 100Thieves does this. I think here there's overheated because Asuna gets a double pick here.
More of the same stuff. Asuna just being able to duelist diff Sire player, and Sire's always got the utility to set him up for the first kills.
Right there, they should have just fallen off.
But it's this one. Net onto Stella that I think.
And the net getting that timing, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Forced out of him.
Wait, why are they shifting across the rope? Oh, I guess because there are people pushed up. That's true.
Regrouping all 5 of them now.
Uh-oh.
Outside of the map. Last time
Uh-oh.
it happened, Asuna feasted on them. And a flash play.
The flash didn't really work that time.
Even blinded the fastling. Looking to get away from that.
Yeah. I feel like this whole time, dude, there's just too many mistakes happening.
So much pressure with the aftershock and the molly at his feet. Now the only one that comes through.
That's an oversight. Yeah, he just hit shots.
It's Valorant up close. Right next to Jenny, playing the side of the smoke now. Trent just trying to bide his time. Still. And almost
That's
like
an
fake,
interesting
as if there's gonna be
eyeball.
some Halls aggression. And 100 Thieves are breaking it with will. You can see Net holding that stun off the back of side player's contact. They're expecting 100 Thieves
Yeah.
to fly.
You see this? This is actually huge. You see this right here? So this guy has a stun that goes over here, right? Oh, let me make it look a little more appropriate. So there's a stun that he has lined up for right? This dude has vision. His vision of all this, though. So what's going to happen is this guy's going to shoot first, right? He's going to rip his stun, and Jet will swing. That's the purpose of that play. So he might not even shoot. He might quite literally just TP out and TP over here, right? So he takes contact. He rips the stun. Jet swing gets the kill. That's the concept behind that play. Typically, you want this guy to at least hit him for 1-on-1 because he's using a Marshall, right? But that's a really good setup, and it is effective, but 100 Thieves is completely on the other side of the map, so it's not really going to work against them. But that's a really good idea. I like that. That's a good setup. Kudos to you, guard. Do you see why this worked? Watch this play. Watch this.
Gotten a lot of map control off the back of it.
Clearly, they have no idea they're here. Like, that's why they're all set up over here. We talked about that a second ago. But this right here is why they get it. He's blind for days. Like, this dude's still checking dish, which is he has to. He has no choice. Like, he has to make sure that they're not behind him. He doesn't know where these two players are. There's a person on top of that, right? But this works because no one's on site, and he pretty much gets sight for free because he throws his wall up. They knife it. They see no one's on site, so he just slides on the site, gets in the heaven. And pretty much gives them Overwatch and their smokes. Like, this is just a well-executed round. There's not much the guard can do. And they have an economic disadvantage because of guns. Yeah, that's just really well executed. That's all it is. There's not much I'm trying to think, like, what could they have done differently? I don't think there's anything they could have done there. Dude, look at the amount of util they're using. Holy cow. Go back. Watch this. First of all, there's 3 players here. Look at this early rotation, dude. She threw her dog, chunked that mess, and said, all right, they're going A.
Eking out with breach utility, goes down the punish, and a glide, a slide right into the face of them. Balance again. Close and personal, orbital striking. It's going to be used as well to try and cut them across in case there were any more players there. But friends,
dude, they're just running it down, bro.
Incredibly scrappy damage is done, but it is trying to.
I kind of like this type of gameplay. Like, you get a lead, you get like a mental advantage or something like that. You just let them have it, bro. Just punching it in. I like it. I think it's good. I think it's awesome.
Balls just left up to Jonah P, and at this point, 1v3, I should say, retaking the operator. I think at this point you might want to call it unless you get handed a freebie. And overall, the way that 100 Thieves are playing is just going as great. Going to be taking because hard to be the. But both
close them out
teams
here.
look excellent. Both teams when they.
Oh, this is last round.
100 Thieves. Asuna playing out of his best clutcher in the tournament as well.
Here comes. Here comes.
The best controller in the tournament with Bang.
Oh, Will, what are you doing, homie?
There's the first death from Will that'll start the guard out strong. But they're still looking at a 6-round deficit and an awful buy. It's about converting it.
Good smoke.
Smoke locks off that angle. Bit of free reign given.
The 100 Thieves have done an incredible job at rerouting the guards' defenses, and when they were when 100 Thieves were on defense, their attacks, and they do it by using the controller. Like, 100 Thieves in this series quite literally uses a controller the way it's supposed to be used. They have the name controller for a reason. Like, people don't realize that, and they use it properly, and it's so satisfying to watch you know, Bang, who's their controller player, or really their coaching staff and IGL, like identify the fact that if you use the controller the way they're supposed to be used, you control the space and the vision on the map. Like that's the purpose of the character, right? When people understand that, right, that's why they use smokes for entry. But right now, like right there, they get op B main. There's only one other angle they can hold because he's not gonna peek this. Like you're just not gonna peek that, and they've been holding it. They're clearing it. So they smoke this off and control this line of sight, and that's exactly where he's at. And it's probably a VOD review thing or like an analytical thing. Like they identify he doesn't like the op from the tower. He likes the op from the right next to generator. Like it's just super appealing.
Playing into arcade. Looks like you want to set up.
And now they're gonna blast out of the smoke. Look at this.
Yep.
Oh no, Bang from behind.
Push Jenny is the goal. Trent's actually caught the timing though. Moving forwards though, the flash that did connect onto Jonah P. He was caught unaware.
Derek extremely weak, and Trent takes a lot of damage too.
It's an awful situation.
Both of the initiators knocked down low.
All of Thunder now to push them back, and you are seeing a bit of chaos. And
Wait, they lose this round?
Net salvage it. One kill, Derek so low. Remember, it's on a precipice.
Yeah, Asuna is running their shit right now.
100Thieves have been playing these
Wait, they lose this round. The guard lost this round.
Given moment, flash play to try and push into the spawn. That's managed to even it up. It's a 2v2. No command popped off. This could be it. Down to just Valen. He's found the angle and he's found the kill. But a spike in the hands of Stella. Where's the reposition? The fight is won.